teach nations how to live clean and innocent lives. As children of God, shining bright in a world full of crooked and perverse people. Growing in every way more and more like Christ. This is Exceller's Chapel.
Hello, welcome to our online real life talk show. I would like to take this opportunity to welcome you, our online viewers. Thank you for logging in. And with me here, still having these wonderful ladies. And we are still diving into the topic of confidence. And today we'll be talking about what are some of those things that can spoil your confidence, that can destroy your self-worth. And then we'll also dive into what are some of the things you can do to build your confidence. But before that, I just want to make a recap. What is self-worth? At times you confuse these things and you're like, what is self-worth? What is self-confidence? Self-worth, you basically have a sense of value, you know? You value yourself. You believe in yourself. You know, you don't allow anything or anyone to define who you are. That is self-worth. And you do things that build that. Then what is confidence? That's internal assurance that you can do anything, you can be anything. And there is a thin line between confidence and arrogance. Arrogance brings in an element where you think you're better than everyone. Basically, it brings in an element of pride. But there is a difference, you know. So you're confident, you believe in yourself, you know you can achieve anything, you know you can do anything, but also being humble enough and recognizing that with all that you can do, I mean, you recognize that there is God. You recognize that there is a higher power. You don't boast in your own self, but you boast in God and you boast in the things that empower you to be who you are. So ladies, what are some of those things that can destroy someone's confidence?
Thank you so much for hosting me once again. I would start by letting our viewers understand that the things that can demoralize our confidence are categorized into two. The internal forces and the external forces. And like we've been saying, that among the internal forces is the self-speeches, how you speak about yourself, how you perceive yourself. So it is something that is coming within. So one thing that can put your confidence down is your speech. How do you talk about yourself? You can find some people saying, I'm not good enough for this kind of work. I'm not qualified for that. Even when there's no skill, like extra skill needed, you will still find this person telling themselves, by themselves, that I'm not good at that. So those internal forces demoralize your confidence. And you know, you walk out of your room, you walk out of your house, you go to wherever you're going, knowing that you're not good. Even when you're present, but you know, you feel in your spirit that much as I'm here, I'm not good at this. I will not be able to do this. So,
you reminded me something. Sorry, Grace, to cut you short. You reminded me something. I remember those moments where you talk about the inner forces, where you can go into a place. And fun enough, you feel you're not part of the congregation. You feel, if you've ever felt like that, you feel you're not supposed to be there, or these people are higher than you, or you don't deserve to be there. Those are some of the things, I mean, the internal forces that may make you feel bad. So and the external forces?
And the external forces are literally from people that are around you. Maybe parents. How do you talk about your children? Or it could be your friends, how they talk about you. Let's say the commonly said phrase is, she's ugly. You understand? Simply because of the way you're dressed, or how your color is, or your hair, you know. Maybe there are no curls in your hair. It's not, good enough, dark enough, and people just name you ugly. So that only can also demoralize your confidence. You have come for this bash thinking you've dressed to kill. But reaching there, someone is like, ew, I thought you had clothes that suit this function. What happened? They actually ask, what happened? And you're like, what is it? How can you dress like that? She's, and they segregate you. They don't want to relate with you simply because they have tagged you ugly, not on fashion. So these external forces can also pull down your confidence. So I'll just request the viewers to discern, to be wise, to be able to tell that this is an external force. You can have your confidence. You have stood in the mirror and spoken about yourself very well, positive words, and reaching out there, these people start speaking how they perceive you, about you. So you should be able to tell, and you refuse that. Yes.
Interesting. I've gotten reminded of some lady. She's one of those ladies I look up to. She loves God and she's very beautiful. And one of the recent talks she was giving, she told us that for a longest time, her self-confidence had vanished. Why? Because someone told her she was not beautiful. Because she comes from the West and she's dark skin, and she was told that the people who come from the West are brown or light skinned or something, and for her she's different, like she's dark. But seriously, she's beautiful. But just because of the skin color compared to the part of the country where she comes from, what someone said, it really put her down and it crushed her. She's just recovering from it and everything, and she's able to talk about it now. And I like your sharing about all those factors that affect them, and still whatever we may share fall into those two categories. But I wanted to bring out majorly two factors, and one of them is past failures. Past failures. There are times when you repeatedly do something and you fail. If you choose not to learn, take a lesson out of those failures, they continuously come, and when they do, trust me, they crush your confidence, and you'd start believing in yourself, I'm not cut out for maybe fashion, I'm not cut out for business, because you've tried it many times and you've failed, and you've not picked any lessons from there. Because many times, not that we don't fall, not that we don't experience failures, but the purpose of all that is to pick ourselves, learn the lesson, pick yourself such that you move on the next stage. But if you experience those failures and you're not learning lessons there, you continuously fail. And when you do, it affects your confidence, and it gets hard for you to pick yourself up. I'll give you an example of when you're trying even to be speaking in front of people, and every time you speak, maybe you have crammed your speech or something, and you come here and you forget some lines and you become blank. And you repeatedly do the same. Another time you try it out and you're like, no.
I'm not a good speaker.
No, I can't do this anymore. So if you do not learn from some of those things, because even the greatest of speakers, we see what they tell us is they practice 1,000 times before they go on a stage to do that. Yeah, they fail and go back, see what made you fail, and then do better to move forward.
In other words, you don't focus on what has failed. Yeah. We're not saying that you won't fail. You will definitely have those moments where you do things and they will not go the way you expect them to go. But the most important thing is that when those moments happen, pick yourself up. Those things do not define you. That they do not describe who you are, or they do not say what God talks about you. You're more than those failures. You're more than those things that have failed. So today, let's learn that no matter how many times you've failed, let failure not define you. I've reminded something about abuse. Abuse is in so many things. It can be emotional, it can be physical, it can be psychological. Someone, like you said, someone just said something to that lady, and it transformed her entire image. You can imagine. So I'm learning something, that we need to be kind to each other. You never know. You may just say something out of the blue, but you don't know how this thing is going to impact someone, you know? So, the other thing I wanted us to talk about the things that can affect your confidence is comparing yourself to someone else. There is nothing that kills someone's confidence.
I'm telling you.
Like comparing yourself to someone, because you lack peace. You start imagining, okay, Doreen has this nice hair. Oh, when can I do this nice hair? Simple things. You do not even know how long it took Doreen to make this hair. You're comparing yourself. You do not know what Doreen is going through, but you're comparing yourself. So comparison is a very strong killer of confidence. But one thing I've learned is know yourself. Believe in yourself.
To take it up from there is, remember when we started this conversation about confidence, we talked about self-discovery. And comparison comes from lack of self-discovery. If you do not know yourself, you don't know your history, you don't know your background, you don't know what you go through to achieve what you have, or to basically live, that's how you're going to compare yourself to other people. So it's out of lack of self-discovery. When you lack, when you don't know yourself, when you don't know what you're good at, when you don't know your weaknesses, your strength, you're going to start comparing. Like me, myself, I've tried so many times. I've gone to so many coaches for swimming lessons. But the way I fear water inside there, I'm telling you, I've failed to learn how to confidently swim. So if I don't understand myself, if I don't understand my weakness, I will start comparing myself to someone who swims like a dolphin. And then it will put down my confidence. I'll even say, from today onwards, I'll stop going to beaches. I'll stop visiting swimming pools. You understand? Simply because I say to myself, I'm not good like those people. And yet you just have to understand yourself.
I know. And still from that same perspective, another angle, still for comparison, you want to exactly do the way someone else does it. Yeah? Like Christine, wow, I like it when Christine preaches, and I want exactly to preach like her. I want to speak exactly like her or something. So when you try, you're denying your true self, living your true self. God has given us different gifts. That is one thing we should know. Has given us different gifting in different areas. So once we try focusing on, I want to do it, I want to speak the way Mommy does it, I want to, even trying to walk the way she walks or something, it will lead you, because you will fail definitely, because you're not them. Definitely you will fail. So because you're that quest of trying to do something the same way someone does it, it will lead to failure. And definitely, yes. But God has his design is for you to be the original of yourself, not a photocopy of any. He made Grace unfinished. He made Christine unfinished. He made, Simon unfinished. So that is him. So if you're trying to copy him and be a copycat of, the things you also want, you may find you also want to buy a hat and buy some glasses and some shoes and appear like Simon. I'm telling you, you may fail. You may not do it as he will do it. And when you fail at doing it at that, it even brings some kind of depression in you, and you feel so bad. You feel so, about yourself. Yeah? And once you get up and realize, God made me as Doreen. And there is something unique about me that no one else is able to do. I will embrace that, and I'll build my confidence around that.
And you can be amazed, by the way. When you realize that you're uniquely made by God, you can be amazed. That inner peace that you get when you know I am me. You cannot find another Christian like me with the same DNA, the same thumbprint. Can you imagine? Just knowing that you're the only person in existence, it should give you confidence to be yourself, to love yourself, to celebrate yourself, to believe in the God who created you, that you're the perfect person, Do The other thing I wanted us to talk about are social standards. You know, I mean, there are different standards. Someone may be rich, for you, you're not rich. Or maybe you've seen someone in that state. And that is also one of the things that impacts esteem. I remember when we were growing up and my dad would come and visit us in secondary school. And because we were not rich, he would not bring a lot at school. And somehow you'd see other kids where their parents were very rich, you'd see a lot of stuff. But you know, if I'd stepped back and compared myself, maybe I would have gotten a boyfriend and started telling him to bring me things, and we don't even know where it would have ended. But the joy that always brought in my heart when I would see my dad coming, just seeing him gave me joy. Like, it made me even not to think about, yes, I mean, I would have loved to have so many things. But I decided not to focus on that. I focused on the person who has come to see me. I celebrated that. I recognized that he's doing his best to bring me whatever he brought. And it gave me joy. So you might be there, and maybe you're in the situation I was. And it is tainting your confidence. You feel you're not worth to be in that situation. That does not define you. Those were years ago. Now I can buy myself whatever I need. You know? I can decide to go and buy everything that those kids were being brought, you know? So it's just a matter of time. Don't let the things around you define who you are. Ladies, how can we build confidence? What are some of those things you and I should do to build confidence, or to encourage our viewers out there to be confident?
Before I share that, to take you back slightly on the other things that put down your confidence, I want to borrow. There is a lady who wrote a book. It's called Mindset. Yeah, your mindset contributes so much on the outcome of you. Yeah. So she says there are two categories. There is a fixed mindset and a growth mindset. A fixed kind of mindset, she says, that it's a mindset where you feel that all my abilities, that is what I am. That is what I am. If I do not know how to sing, yes, I do not know what, that is it. That is a fixed kind of mindset. Yeah? But he also urges us that, it takes me to what you're asking now, to be people of growth mindset. A growth mindset is, yes, I'm unable to do this now, but if I put in effort, yeah, I can learn anything. Like, you're positive to learning, yeah? If I do this, I can actually move past my failures, move past all these things. My current situation will not define me. If there is something that I can do, yeah, I'll take up a course and do this, then, yeah, I'll be better compared to how I am or something. But a fixed mindset person thinks that the way this is, it is like that, yeah? If I've failed to speak for once or something, they just define it. You can never speak. Yeah, you can never speak in public or something. If you cannot even make any presentation or do anything, I cannot. You stand at a camera and do some error for that, and you're like, no, then I cannot do that. That is me. That is how I am or something. So that is a fixed kind of mindset, and it puts really people's confidence down. But this lady is urging us to have a growth mindset, that when you learn, you can learn. You're not fixed in every way. Your abilities are not static. They're not fixed. Like, you can improve them. You can, try, put in effort and improve your grades. You can put in effort and do this better. You can practice and become a master in that field. Yeah.
That brings me to another point of how to build confidence, self-love. By the way, do you know that most people don't love themselves? You're always thinking you want to be someone else. I wish I could have been like, maybe Abby, I wish I can be like Simon. People don't have self-love. And this comes in with because of so many things. One, you've done something in the past and you don't even forgive yourself. Or there are some things that happen to you and you feel that is who you are. You can't be worthy to be something else. But self-love is a very important thing. When you love yourself, there are some things that you just look at and you'll be like, I'll not allow this to trouble me. I'll not allow this to take my peace. I'll not allow this to define me, because that is not who I am.
And I'll sum that up in self-discovery. Discover yourself. And when you know that I am not good at this, not creating a fixed mindset like she said, but you've understood that I'm not good at this, so I need to put more effort. You will start loving yourself. Nothing will bother you if you fail at that thing at that time, because you have this mindset that you're growing. So pushing us to the question that you asked, which things can help one grow, build their confidence, is one thing is it involves two personalities, individuals and friends or relatives or any other, outside force. It is get involved. If you know you're not good at this thing, get involved. You're not good at playing machines, get involved, because that is the only way you will learn and then have a growth mindset that will lead to building your confidence. And if it's a friend, I understand there are viewers that throughout this session, they have come to understand that some of their friends are actually, they have low self-esteem, and so they don't have confidence. Involve them, If at a personal level they can't be involved, maybe they get scared, They think you're good, you're so high there, they can't easily approach you. For you, involve them. This will also help build their confidence. So self-involvement, and also a friend or a relative or a parent or any other person helping you to get involved can also help build one's confidence.
To just add on what you said, so people ought to step out of their comfort zones. Yeah. Because if for you want to stay in a place where you're convenient, you're comfortable, you can never reach some heights, you can never achieve some things. That reminds me of a friend of mine we work with, and she always told me, I'm good at encouraging people to step out of their comfort zones. So one time I told her, you're then going to speak in a meeting, in a departmental meeting, and she was like, no, doctor, I cannot speak. You're the one supposed to speak. And she thought I was joking. I told her, you're going to speak, go and prepare, send me what you're going to talk, and let me review it. And she thought I was joking, that day which she hadn't prepared. And I confidently told her, you'll be fine. Speak what we've been doing, and let's see. Of course, she fidgeted the first few minutes, but she ended up gaining, and from that day, it was history. So, at times, we need to move out of our comfort zones and do what we've never done and encourage people. Ladies, as we wind up, what are your parting shots about this topic of confidence? What do you want our viewers to remember concerning confidence?
What I would say in simple terms is quit comparing yourself to others and listening to the negative voices around you, and embrace what God says about you. In the book of Ephesians, it tells us a whole lot of what God thinks, who we are, what God tells us, who we really are. So that one will help you to know who you really are, have confidence in yourself, trust in yourself, and believe the word of God, what it says about you. Amen. May God bless you.
And being a teacher of children, little babies, I've come to understand that, like we've talked about, the internal forces, inner forces that put down someone's confidence. I've come to understand that it's because of the external forces that stir up the inner forces for someone to lose confidence. For example, this is a child of just 9 months. They are just learning how the world works, they are crawling, they want to discover each and everything. And a parent confidently, I would say, says, Musirukwe. You understand? Why do you keep on pulling the things that I'm, someone is tidying the clothes and everything, and this baby is trying to stand, and they are pulling everything, throwing them down. And out of nowhere, a parent or a caregiver backs at them, says something. at them. And because that is the character of that person, they are going to keep doing that. And so these words are going to enter into someone's, thinking system. And in their inner hearts, they will think, I'm that way. And that's how the inner forces are stirred up for someone to now wake up one morning and say, I'm not good at this. Because they had someone say it, that you're not good at this. So I would conclude by telling all of us, I believe everyone has a friend. Everyone has a sister, has a brother. Be a helper to that person. Do not laugh at them. Laugh with them. You understand? In other words, bring them closer, get to know them, understand their weaknesses, and articulate your words, because these words can either kill or give life. So articulate your words, laugh with them, do not laugh at them.
Thank you, ladies. I will sum it up by saying, be kind to each other. You do not know the demons and the struggles your neighbor is going through. So a smile, a polite response, a kind gesture can do a lot in someone's life. You may never know how that may impact someone until they've come out and express themselves to you. Encourage your friend, encourage your brother. Let's build each other, let's support each other, let's grow together. You cannot take the entire space. There's enough space for all of us. So, as I wind up, move out today. Be encouraged to support someone. Be encouraged to help someone grow in their career, in their abilities, in their weaknesses. And you'll see what God will do into your life. To our online viewers, kindly share. Let people learn from this.